A massive thank you to EA today for providing the opportunity to capture F1 at 2021 early for you guys. Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here, yes finally, with F1 2021. I'm so excited to jump into this game for you guys over the coming days and weeks. Obviously, if you are new around here and you aren't already, please do make sure you get yourself subscribed. Like I said in the intro, a massive thank you to the team over at EA and at Codemasters for letting me play the game a little bit early for you guys. Obviously, if you have got any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. I can't talk about everything just yet, but any questions that I can answer, I will make sure I get round to as well. But of course then, for the very first race that we're going to be doing on F1 2021, we're going to be racing as Carlos Sainz around the iconic Spa-Francorchamps circuit in his 2021 Ferrari car. A few little housekeeping things as well. Of course, this is being recorded on PC. I am rocking a RTX 3090 with an AMD RX 5950X as well there, of course. So this is being run at 4K ultra settings. You know, this is hopefully going to be the best quality you're going to find of F1 2021. I must admit, it does look absolutely stunning. Of course, there are still a few things that Codemasters are ironing out with the game at the moment as well. You know, this isn't the fully finished project, of course. Obviously, the game does release in just over a month and a half time. So obviously, there are still a couple of small things that are going to get tweaked and changed ready for the full game. So of course, if you do see any small issues, I'm sure, of course, they are going to be ironed out by the time the game does drop in a few weeks' time as well then. But of course, like I said, heading back to the iconic Spa-Francorchamps circuit, I thought, you know, it's going to be interesting to pair it up with the Ferrari car here on F1 2021. Obviously, make sure if you're on your phone or on your PC, you get those graphics cranked up as well. I know obviously YouTube's changed the way that quality works now, so obviously make sure you are rocking it at the highest quality you can do as well, of course. And yeah, a massive thank you to both EA and Codemasters once more for letting us play the game early. Of course, there is going to be a couple more videos from this game. I'm going to be racing the Aston Martin around Baku, and then I've got another slightly different thing that I'm not going to get into just yet that I'm very much looking forward to doing as our final video of this little preview event that I've got planned for you guys as well. But yeah, really excited. Now, F1 2021, obviously, this is still the early base game, but just driving around on it, you know, there's just a few subtle tweaks already that make it feel so much different and obviously just so much more interactive and adaptive than we've seen with F1 2020 in the past. It always amazes me year on year how Codemasters are able to improve the games. Just, you know, those finer tweaks, those finer details as well, of course, obviously the bigger picture stuff that obviously gets mentioned by them as well. But here we are then on the grid, 5 red lights here for the Belgian Grand Prix. We've got Perez on pole, Charles Leclerc just in front of us, and it is lights out. And away we go. They're off to a very very good start actually as we head down in towards turn 1 already. You can see the new UI at the bottom of your screen. So of course the graphics around like the FOM stuff remains pretty much unchanged from last year, just a little bit sleeker once again with the font and things like that. But you can see at the bottom of your screen there is some subtle UI changes. They're up through a rouge for the first time, and Rally on there you can see getting a little bit wide on the entries. Already we're under pressure from Max Verstappen in this Grand Prix. You can see the ERS mode has been made a whole lot better in my eyes as well. Of course, it's the ERS settings itself has remained pretty much the same as F1 2020 as we get completely swamped by the likes of Ricciardo, Hamilton and Verstappen up the Kemmel straight there as we actually get tagged by Lando Norris as we head out through in towards not Fanyas, obviously the hairpin of the lap here. You can see everyone just getting a little bit caught together there as Bottas goes right around the outside as we head down through a no-name there as well. And the AI, yeah, very aggressive at the start of Grand Prix now. You know, it seems years ago now that, of course, the AI used to jump out the way at the start of Grand Prix there. We just watched Bottas fly around the outside of us through the hairpin there. I must admit, the AI seemed really strong on lap 1 now. You know, it is a real challenge now. You can't make up the same sort of places you used to be able to on the games in the past. So, you know, the AI really do try and go for the moves on at the opening lap of the race. I mean, we saw Lando Norris get the nose up the inside there and actually have a little bit of contact with us as we head through the chicane at the top of the hill there. We're heading up towards the end of lap 1. You can see we've got Bottas and Lando Norris going side by side just in front of us as well there as we head through Blanchman, of course, completely pinned in these modern Formula 1 cars. Well, you know, hasn't been a challenge for many years in the world of Formula 1. But I mean, again, just the graphics are absolutely insane on this game. Of course, like I said, this is actually the very first video I've recorded on my new PC. You know, really excited to be jumping in. Like I said, obviously the RTX 3090 does get pushed a fair bit on F1 2021, but I mean, we're maintaining a stable 60 FPS on at 4K ultra settings. I might try it at 8K at some point down the line as well. Of course, there's no point for these videos as YouTube doesn't process it as well there. But yeah, I've obviously been doing a lot of laps on F1 2021, you know, getting used to the game over the last few days, so, and I'm absolutely loving it so far as well. You know, like I said, it's always, I mean, Codemasters are always going to talk about the big changes that we see between each game year on year, and, you know, the big changes are always incredible to see as well. But for me, it's always the little things, the subtle changes they make, the balancing of things like the ERS this year. It seems like you can actually get a lot more usage lap after lap out of the battery. Obviously, we found on F1 2020 that obviously, especially with an upgraded My Team car, you could use all your lap allowance and it would, you'd still have loads of battery left. It seems to be a lot more balanced this time around, where you can use a lot more battery, but it sort of scales lap after lap with the race distance as well, or at least around Spa-Francorchamps circuit as well, I have noticed. You know, it seems to be a lot more balanced, and again, it's just those little tweaks. The AI being a bit more aggressive on lap 1, you know, being brave, going for those moves. The fact they're able to use a lot more overtake at the start of races as well, you know, that's why we got absolutely minced down the straightaway here. We're actually going to see Charles Leclerc throughout a lot of this Grand Prix start to go backwards as well here, because, you know, just this car isn't quick enough to hang on with the likes of the Red Bull, the McLaren, and the Mercedes down the straightaways here. You know, through the twisty bits, as we saw at Monaco last weekend, you know, this car absolutely flies, but down the straights, it is no match for the other front-running cars here on F1 2021. There, as you can see already, I think Charles Leclerc has been jumped by both of the Red Bulls, now is under a lot of pressure from Lewis Hamilton, as they're almost going to go side by side up through Eau Rouge and Raidillon there. You see, yeah, Lewis Hamilton sweeps around the outside of our teammate just up the road there, and a fantastic move done by the Brit as well. There's, now you can see we've got the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo really attacking our teammate Charles Leclerc as well. We've now got DRS in this Grand Prix as well. You can just see having a look at some more of the off-board shots as well there. You know, it's even the engine sounds as well. I'm going to let you guys listen in to some engine audio in just a second, but it's even that just seems so much better than we've seen on F1 2020 and other Formula 1 games in the past as well. As we head down through Sector 2 of Lap 3 of this Grand Prix now, really starting to apply some pressure to Valtteri Bottas here. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to let you guys listen in to just a little bit of audio from the game. But as we now head out onto lap 4 of this race, just 2 laps to go here from the Belgian Grand Prix, you can see, like we said, actually getting a whole lot closer to Valtteri Bottas there, as we actually just run into the back of the Mercedes man through the first couple of corners there. Hopefully we can try and get a good run at the source down in towards Eau Rouge and Raidillon. But like I said, the Mercedes so much quicker down the straights than our Ferrari car there, as we fly through Eau Rouge and at Raidillon once more. This time around, of course, we have got the DRS. You can see Lando Norris attacking our teammate Charles Leclerc just a little bit further up the road there, but there is nothing we can do as we actually go for a big old send up the inside of Valtteri Bottas. They're very happy with that move there, and it was nice to see as well the AI, although they're more than happy to be aggressive, not just turning in when you have clearly got the nose there. We think about having a look around the outside of our teammate Charles Leclerc through the hairpin, but just can't quite make anything stick this time round there as we head down at the hill through No Name once again. They're just running horribly wide this time around, getting a little bit dirty air from our teammate, and that's going to line Bottas straight back up the inside as we head into P1 there. And brilliant to see, you know, the Mercedes didn't back out of the move. Bottas was going up the inside and he was going full send, just like we did to him just a few corners before there, as we head now back down through the twisty bits once again. This is where, you know, this Ferrari car, you can really stick under the rear wing of the cars in front of you here, and you know the handling characteristics of the different cars. Like I said, we've got a video coming from the Aston Martin in just a few hours time after this video goes live, and the difference is a night and day between that and this car there. Of course, the Aston Martin a lot less stable than the Ferrari car we've got at the moment there. It's actually Bottas now trying to look around the outside of our teammate Charles Leclerc in towards the final chicane there. Don't know if he's going to be able to maintain the momentum there as Charles Leclerc gives him a big old squeeze. They go side by side out of the final corner there, ready to start the final lap of this Grand Prix as we get DRS once again on the pair of them here. Back down in towards turn 1. Oh, again, only just run into the back of Valtteri Bottas. That goes to show just how hard we're pushing at this stage of the day there as we head back down in towards Eau Rouge and Radion for the final time in this Grand Prix, trying to use all of our battery. Oh no, that was not quite what we wanted to do in the race there, and that was a friendly reminder that the inside curb at Eau Rouge still as lethal as always. That's a tip from me to you guys. Ready for F1 2021. Prepare yourself for that one. We'll give it a quick rewind, and we will continue on this race like nothing happened there. As you can see, heading back up through Eau Rouge and Radion once again there. Bottas now get all under the rear wing of our teammate Charles Leclerc, so we might be able to get a bit of overspeed on the pair of them here, using absolutely everything we've got left in the battery there. Bottas is going to get past Leclerc, go very, very defensive on us, but once again we're going to go really late on the brakes there, down around the outside through the chicane there. I'm really, really happy with the second move in 2 laps that we've done on Valtteri Bottas through there. Hopefully this time round he won't be able to get us back again down in towards Pouhon here. But yeah, I mean, the AI just so fun to battle with. Once again, you know, this was one of the big things, I think, why I've done so much my team on F1 2020. The fact the AI is so much better than we have seen in the past. You know, they really do keep you on your toes throughout pretty much the entirety of a Grand Prix. You'll see Bottas, even on the exit of Pouhon, where that Mercedes is so fast down the straights, he's constantly looking for anywhere that he can try and make a move on us as we head in towards the final few corners of this Grand Prix there. It does still appear to be the Red Bulls at the front of your field there that's still leading the way. I think it is going to be Sergio Perez that is going to come through to win this Grand Prix there ahead of Lewis Hamilton and the 2 McLarens here. But we've still got Valtteri Bottas trying to close in as we head up in towards Blanchimont for the final time in this race. I haven't had to deal with too much dirty air through there this Grand Prix, but it'd been interesting to see how the car handled that with a bit more. But through the final couple of corners then of the Belgian Grand Prix there, we are going to come through for P6 at the end of the day. They're very, very happy with that result there, and a huge amount of fun as well in our first race here on F1 2021 there. Carlos Sainz, I'm sure in the real life Grand Prix would probably be quite happy with P6 as well there, unless of course Ferrari makes some big upgrades as the year goes on there. Daniel Ricciardo picks up your driver of the day as well, and you see some new animations as well for the final race results, obviously celebrating with Christian Horner this time around there. Sergio Perez, a Grand Prix winner once more here. Oh, I think a lot of people would love to see this in the real life Belgian Grand Prix as well. They're always a track that Sergio has done pretty well at around as well there. But yeah, this has been our first gameplay video then of F1 2021. I hope you guys have enjoyed as well. Like I said, there will be another video going live later on today where we will be driving Sebastian Vettel's Aston Martin in tricky wet conditions around the Baku City circuit there in cockpit cam as well, just to give you guys a little bit of a different angle here on F1 2021. That is going to be a very fun challenge that, yeah, definitely I would recommend that you guys watch as well. They'll be show off the damage model just a little bit as well, as I'm sure you guys would probably guess, trying to drag that car around the Baku City circuit as well there. But yeah, of course, there's going to be so much F1 2021 content coming to the channel, obviously when the game does drop in just a few weeks time as well. Like I said, I'm so excited to be jumping in with more content for you guys as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Like I said, if you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. One final thank you to EA and Codemasters once again for letting me get this footage for you guys just a little bit early. And yeah, like I said, we'll be back very soon with more F1 2021 content.